1999, I'd stayed up all night long celebrating with family and friends. And that morning, a few of us went out into the countryside and climbed a hill so that we could see the first sunrise of the new millennium. At 7 o'clock when we went there, it was still just a little bit dark. By 8 o'clock, it was much lighter, but the sun had still not come up. A few people were thinking of going home even. But then 10 minutes later, there was the sun looking absolutely incredible, and it was a fantastic experience. Well, the birth of Jesus is compared to the sunrise. His cousin John was born just before him, and it was said about John that he would prepare the way for Jesus. He would get people ready for Jesus coming. In some ways, it's a bit like the light that is there just before the sunrise. But then the sunrise happens. Jesus is born. This is what it is said about him in Luke chapter 1, verses 78 and 79. The rising sun will come to us from heaven to shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace. This time of year we live much of our lives in darkness because of our shorter days. But each one of us lives with a darkness hanging over us, that darkness being death. Since every one of us eventually dies, death is looming over us like a shadow. But Jesus has come into our world, born as a sunrise to dispel the darkness, so that wherever his light shines, it removes the shadows from our lives. Even the shadow of death is removed. And we know this because Jesus, when he died, he didn't stay dead, but came back to life again on the third day. And he offers to us that if we will entrust our lives to him, then he will ensure for us that even our own deaths are not the end, but a new beginning for us as we live forever with him. And what's more, that life begins in our hearts as the light of Jesus shines into our hearts even today for those of us who will trust in him.